I want to make this plea with Nintendo simply because I was around when this was happening. And it was good, it was fine, it was dandy. Nintendo wasn't losing money, and in fact, they thrived on this. When the PS2 era came around, the Xbox era, GameCube era, that's where I fit in. Where that was the popular console at the time. People weren't really talking about the NES, the SNES. I didn't know anyone who ever played those consoles or even aware that those consoles existed. I only became aware actually because of IGN, because they were doing the top 25 consoles of all time. And that's how I found out, hey, the NES is a thing, 1985. And when I started learning about these games, I was like, wow, there's a lot of games I've never heard about. I didn't even know these were a thing. Angry Video Game Nerd, all that stuff. Like, that's how I learned about older video games. But playing that was near impossible for me because I didn't know how to do it. When I found out about emulation, that is when I took advantage of it. I played older NES games, SNES games. I was playing them on my smartphone. I was playing them on my computer. I was learning about save states. I was learning about hidden gems. And now the whole video game industry is aware that they can re-release some of their older hits and people would buy it up. You could make a collection pack and completely remaster it. You can do anything. Go bananas. But Nintendo is one of the few companies that is not letting emulation ROM sites exist. They don't want them to exist. But this market would have never come around, or maybe it would have taken a lot longer for this market to come around if it wasn't for piracy, emulation, things like that. Like, video game fans are fans first and foremost. They want the industry to thrive. And right now, I think we're being taken advantage of by these big corporations, adding in microtransactions, adding in DLC, adding in these season passes. We know of a time where you would just buy the game and it was the game. It was the package. And maybe it wasn't a perfect package, but we didn't feel screwed over. We felt like we were justifyingly paying for what the game was worth. I think now it's a little bit inflated nowadays. Nintendo, please understand that everyone who's ever emulated, pirated your games, they're fans first and foremost. They want to support you. Really do need to start seeing better practices from you. That is just way too important, and we shouldn't be losing that battle.